Good evening and welcome inside the Lumpkin Center. The Cougars back at home here in Columbus, Georgia, as we are getting set for a non-conference match with the Wolves of West Georgia, who have come to town to take on CSU. We welcome everyone joining us here on Cougar Sports TV. I'm Corey Aldis. The Cougars 3-2 this season, looking to pick up their fourth win of the year and looking to keep things rolling in non-conference play, as they'll have two more non-conference games after this one before conference play gets underway inside the Peach Belt Conference. A big-time matchup here in game number 6 of the season for the Cougars. West Georgia just 2-5 on the season, but they've been extremely competitive in all of their games. Have a couple of heartbreaking losses, a couple of real close defeats against Palm Beach Atlantic, and then their previous two against Queens and Alabama Huntsville, and they're looking to get back in their winning ways. A tough matchup for them as the Cougars, one of the better teams to start so far inside the Peach Belt Conference, and it's been a nice pleasant surprise for CSU in the early goings. We're about set for tip-off here inside the Lumpkin Center. It's the same five that the Cougars rolled out against Tuskegee. No Jalen Thomas in the starting lineup. And speaking of JT, no Jalen Thomas tonight. He's out with a knee injury. He'll be down there on the bench for the entire game. So the Cougars are going to have to do some work missing Jalen Thomas, a guy who puts up 9 points a game. That's going to be a big loss for CSU tonight. And we'll see if they can get off to a better start than a couple of their past games, where they've gotten off to some slow starts here in the first half. They're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of three-point shooting, and you see it right off the mark as West Georgia comes into this game firing from distance. Now, they've struggled at times, but you saw Jones, top of the key, nail the opening shot of the game. Jones, one of the transfers for West Georgia. In fact, they have 4 transfers, all in the starting lineup. It's crazy to see 4 different transfers inside the starting lineup. Their lone starter returning on the team is Michael Zabatakis, and Zabatakis, a sophomore, played as a freshman last season for them. A little over 23 minutes per game. Other than that, a whole bunch of new faces inside the starting lineup, but it's a bunch of scorers out there for West Georgia, and they're already out to the early 5-0 lead. Horton from the elbow gets it to go down. Zay Horton, one of the better players inside the Peach Belt Conference, his first shot attempt of the night. Averaging 18 points a game. He's a big-time player for CSU, and you know he can crash the glass as well. A double-double machine for the Cougars. Givens laying that one off to Taylor. Moore off a screen. Cam Paulding has it, top of the key for the Cougars. 5-2, they trail by 3. The dump down to Paulding, down low, off glass, no good. Well defended down there. That was Covey Tate all over Cam Paulding. That one's ripped away as the Cougars recover, and then BG, a little baseball pass up ahead. Tate saying throw that one up. So it got deflected at the last second. Cam Paulding with it. One of the pleasant surprises for CSU in the early goings of this season. Much improved from the offseason, and it's been great to see him go to work out there game in and game out, averaging 7.5 points and 7.5 rebounds per game so far this year. Obviously, both of those career highs for the senior, the local product from right here in Columbus. He's already got one double-double on the year. Put up a monster game against Albany State. That was back on November 12th. Put up 12 points and 14 boards. Part of that 67-55 win against Albany State. Speaking of them, that will be the next game for the Cougars. After this one, they'll take on Albany State right here inside the Lumpkin Center on that return visit for Albany State. That'll be this weekend. An early start for them as well. This one a late start, and we've kind of waited around all day wanting this game to get underway. It's been a long wait. 7:30 tip-off. No game beforehand. No game beforehand or after on Saturday either. It'll be just a men's game, and they'll have an early start at noon on Saturday. Anderson picks up the foul for West Georgia. Just first team foul. One team foul for each of these squads here in the early going. BG has it up top. Givens over to Horton in the corner. Horton driving right by one, floating it up. Can't get it to go, but the offensive putback, and he missed it. Had a gimme there at the rack. Couldn't quite put it home. Got past Jones originally. Speaking of Jones, he flies in and has it rejected. What a save right there by Anthony Moore. Gets it to Taylor, and here come the Cougars. Up ahead, Moore crossover driving. Had it poked away and lost it. Well defended there by Brown Carter. Anderson with it, double teamed. Down low, somehow gets it to Tate. Well, Anderson can thread the needle. He's a great passer on this West Georgia squad, averaging 5 assists a game. He's one of the transfer starters. Came to West Georgia from Gordon State. How about both him and Seth Brown Carter? Each in the starting lineup here, each coming from Gordon State. And they were actually the 2 leading scorers on that Gordon State squad. Anderson averaged just under 14 points a game. Brown Carter as well, both of them 13.9 and 13.7. The two of them got it done for Gordon State. There was Seth Brown Carter putting home his first jumper of the game. 9-2, it's a 7-point advantage here. Cougars slow out of the gates. Horton over to Taylor, uses the backboard and goes reverse there. And one. To the under 16 immediate timeout we go. Cougars a little bit slow here to start. They trail 9-4 on Cougar Sports TV.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
A smile is the best.
Taylor at the free throw line to complete the three-point play. Can't quite get it to go down. 75% free throw shooter this season. But the Cougars have really struggled as a team from the free throw line. Opening this year, shooting just 63% from the line. It's been a struggle for both the men's and women's teams at the charity stripe. The women were shooting sub 60%. What a block down low. Anthony Moore all over the place defensively. He picks up the rejection there. (15:23) left here. There's a deep three, top of the key, off the mark, no good. And then Zabatakis getting the offensive rebound, but way off the mark on that follow-up. And the Cougars gain control. Here's Givens into the front court, bounce pass down low to Moore. No foul called there, well defended by Brown Carter. Brown Carter has been in on a couple of defensive stops already. He's not a tall guy, not a big player down there, just 6'4". But he's been active early in this one. And really there's not much size there for West Georgia. 6'4", Brown Carter, 6'5", and 6'5" is Zabatakis, as well as Tate. That's really their size down low. We'll have a big center come off the bench. Doesn't get too much playing time, but we'll see if Hurd will check in later. Right now, 9-4, Cougars trailing by 5, and heading to the free throw line will be Orante Anderson.
The fouls on number 3, Brian Gibbons. He has 2 fouls. The team has 2.
Just 2 team fouls for CSU. Unfortunately, both of them are on Brian Gibbons, and so he's going to have to head to the bench with 14:35 left here in the first half. Not a sight that you want to see if you're a Cougar fan.
And for your Cougars, number 0, Chris Horton.
So Chris Horton will be the one to check in here for the Cougars. They trail by 7. 14.5 left here in this first half. Chris Horton actually sat out the last game. He had been ill all week, wasn't able to get in against Tuskegee. And so normally it's JT coming off the bench first, but with JT out with a knee injury, Chris Horton gets the nod in the early going here. So you saw Cam Paulding make a nice move down low for the Cougars. His first bucket of the night. So buckets by Taylor, Paulding, and Horton. That's it so far for CSU. Down low, and Moore, which is going to be whistled for a foul.
The foul is on 24, Anthony Moore, his first, the team's 3rd.
They're going to say that it's on the ground before the shot. So the Wolves will inbound underneath their basket. Up top they go to Jones. Jones, one of the other transfers, an NAIA transfer. He hits a second three-pointer of the night. He had 46 threes last season. He's a guy that can light it up from distance. He's already made a 3, at least 1 3, in 6 of his 7 games so far. Here's Anderson. Picked up by Taylor. He dances right by him. A little too hot there on that pass down low off the hands of Odom. But my goodness, what a move. Well, the Cougars got to get back into things defensively, and that's something that Coach Moore has preached time and time again. In fact, it's what we talked about post-game against Tuskegee the last time around that we saw CSU here in the Lumpkin Center. He really praised their defensive effort and the way that they continue to crash the glass and get out on the three-point line and box out. Defense is what led to their offense in that win against the Golden Tigers. Horton loses the ball there. It's a turnover. Here comes Jones. Jones, 1v2, goes all the way to the rack, and he'll earn himself a trip to the line.
The foul is on number 5, Taylor. His first, the team has 4.
Taylor picks up his first personal, team's 4th. Jones, a 73% free throw shooter this season. He's already leading the way, 7 points in this one for Kadeem Jones. Down at the NAIA level, he averaged 17 points a game last season. And here he is for West Georgia, already averaging 17.5 this year. 17.5 and 6.5 boards. That's a crazy stat for a 6'2 guard. He just crashes the glass at will, and that shot way off the mark, barely hit the backboard for Moore. Moore is still looking for his first made three-pointer this season, hasn't made one all year. By the way, Hunter Preston has checked into the game as well for the Cougars. Horton's going to pick up a foul. Great pump fake down low. West Georgia looking real sharp to start.
The foul is on 23, St. Horton, his first, team with 5 fouls.
Fouls starting to rack up here on the Cougars. 5 team fouls for them, just 2 for the Wolves. Well, we mentioned some tough losses for West Georgia. A 1-point loss against Palm Beach Atlantic. Fell just shy against Queens, and then Alabama Huntsville. They are coming off a 2-point win, though, against Morehouse back on the 26th. Their wins against Morehouse and Benedict. Benedict, by the way, was a team that wrecked shop in the SIAC last year. Went undefeated in conference play. They get the ball to Chris Horton here on the left wing. Back over to Zay. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Cougar offense just hasn't really been getting anything going. They haven't gotten any open looks either. And there's going to be another turnover for the Cougars. This is exactly what CSU was wanting to avoid. They've gotten off to slow starts in a number of their games, especially here inside the Lumpkin Center. First halves haven't really been kind to them, and here's another slow start for them. 17-8, largest lead of the night. 8 minutes into this one. At the elbow, bounce pass. It's a beauty down low, and another whistle on the Cougars as Tate was going up for the slam. Each time they're getting it to the elbow, they're making one additional pass, and they're either getting an easy layup or they're pump faking and drawing the foul. That should take us to the under 12 media timeout. 17-8, Cougars struggling in the early goings.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook,
Yes.
you have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
Four of 14 from the field, 0 of 4 from distance, 3 turnovers. That's the Cougar stat line. 8 minutes and 14 seconds into this one against West Georgia, and the Wolves have made them pay early, a chance to give themselves a double-digit lead with Tate at the free throw line, but he misses the first one. Spoke about the 2 transfers from Gordon State, as well as Kadeem Jones. Covey Tate, the 4th transfer in the starting lineup for West Georgia. He comes courtesy of North Greenville. Kind of a crazy transfer. He led the team in scoring and rebounding last season over at North Greenville, and now he comes over here to West Georgia. Just a junior, originally from McDonough, Georgia. But he averaged 13.5 points and 8.5 rebounds. Kind of that big combo forward type of player. He's got the size as well as the build for it, 229 pounds. He's a big guy that likes to crash the glass. He's already got 3 double-doubles this season. He's got 5 points and 4 boards so far tonight. And down low, another jam. Covey Tate make it 7 points for the junior. Another easy bucket at the rim. That time Jones picking up the assist. And Horton's going to be called for a traveling. Another turnover for the Cougars, their 4th of the night. 20-10 right now. The Wolves have doubled up CSU. Wolves with their 2nd-year head coach and Dave Moore. If you're an A-10 fan, you'll recognize that name, former St. Bonnie's assistant. In fact, he was out there for 10 seasons before he got this head coaching gig last year. Put together a good season last year for West Georgia. Went 17-12, 12-8 in conference play. As Tate gets another easy bucket to give him 9. So Tate with 9, Jones with 8. It's been those two leading the way as Horton off the mark, but Preston grabs the offensive rebound. And the Cougars will reset on offense again. Just night and day difference between what these two are getting on opposite ends of the court. It's been all easy buckets for West Georgia and everything difficult here for the Cougars. Zabatakis. Neal, who's checked into the game. Deep three there. Anderson clangs that one. Porter Wilson gets it for the Cougars. They got to slowly chip away at this deficit, and you're not going to do it with another turnover there. Turnover number 6 already for CSU. Unlike last season, they've actually done really well in taking care of the ball. They only averaged 13 turnovers a game. So far through 5 games, they're already just about halfway there. Only 10 minutes into this one. And there's the Cougars forcing a turnover there on West Georgia. Well, the question always becomes, where does the offense come from and how is the offense run when BG goes to the bench? And this is what the Cougars are facing here. The big problem, thanks to Givens' 2 early fouls. And really the onus is going to fall upon the guy who's heading to the free throw line right now, and Zay Horton. One of the leading scorers in the Peach Belt Conference, 4th right now in the PBC with 18 points a game. It's only 1 of 4 from the field, but his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Now, despite CSU being just a 63% free throw shooting team, the one at the line is actually the best one on the squad. Missed the first, got the second to go. He's shooting 86% from the free throw line, and look who's coming back in. It's going to be Brian Givens. So here's where you've got to be extremely careful and smart if you're the senior. And I'm sure Coach Moore had mentioned that, and you can already see it as Givens is getting down in his stance and putting his hands behind his back. Can't have any silly reach-in fouls, but if you're West Georgia, this is a primetime opportunity to take advantage of Givens, who's going to be playing back, to try to be aggressive against him. Really, they're being aggressive against everyone right now. Another bucket at the rim. This time it's Paulding who picks up the foul. Odom the end one opportunity. A guy who only averages 3 points a game, and he's already there. (25-11). 14-point deficit here for CSU. That was about to be a turnover there for the Cougars. Late whistle comes in on the foul. I'm going to say Brown Carter on the reach-in. Paulding, Porter, Wilson, Davis Jr. The 3 down low there for CSU with Anthony Moore and Brian Givens, the other 2. So Paulding will head to the free throw line for the Cougars. Mentioned the big season that he's having for CSU. Last year in 28 games, only averaged about 14 minutes a game and just a couple points, 3 rebounds per game. A big transformation for the senior in the offseason. Still some struggles at the line, though, for Paulding. Just a 37% free throw shooter this season, has 1 more to go. Well, the bank is open here, apparently at the free throw line. It's there, might as well take advantage of it if you got it. A banked in free throw, not something you see every day. Can the Cougars go on a little bit of a run here? It's got to start on the defensive end. Way too many easy buckets for West Georgia. Neal with it. Better defense here, down to 7 on the shot clock. Kick out, corner, Jones, 3, another one. His third three-pointer of the night. He's 3 for 3 from distance. And he's killing the Cougars. 11 points already for the junior. Moore couldn't handle it. He'll give it over to Givens. Givens will set up the offense. Givens, top of the key for 3. He's off the mark. Not even close on that one, and here comes Wiley. Wiley pushing it forward on Davis Jr. Down low, another drive at the rim, and another bucket for Covey Tate, and that's going to force Coach Moore to take another timeout. It's a 10-2 run, 30-12. The Wolves have opened up an 18-point lead on CSU.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Not quite the score line we were expecting coming into this one. West Georgia 2-5 on the season. But they are all over CSU. 30-12, an 18-point lead for the Wolves. Here's Robert Davis Jr. as the Cougars still with a big fat 0 from distance. Can't get any to go down from long range. There's Zay Horton to put back. He gives a little yell. Maybe that will get the Cougars back into things. They're shooting just 6 of 20 from the field at 30% right now. West Georgia, 55%. And there's Anthony Moore climbing high to grab the rebound. Here comes Givens into the front court. Givens gets fouled there by Wiley. That's a 6-team foul for West Georgia, so both of these teams are going to be in the bonus for the rest of the first half. 7:04 left to go here in this first half of play. Davis Jr. over to Moore. They're trying to post Paulding up. It gets knocked away from him. The double team from Odom was coming from behind. Cougars 0 of 7 from behind the arc. They're shooting just 31% from long range coming into tonight's game. Here's Givens, step back 3, way short, barely drew iron. And the struggles continue now, 0 of 8. The freshman Wiley has it over to Neal. Neal picked up by Horton to Jones. Down low, in and out on that was Odom. Cougars trying to take advantage with Brown, Carter, and Anderson both out of the game. Look at the defensive pressure, though, by West Georgia. They've been reaching in and knocking that ball away time and time again. Givens can't draw the foul, barely draws glass, and it's rejected down low. That was Carlos Odom. Odom, his first block of the night. And speaking of firsts, Jones finally misses from distance. He was 3 for 3 to start. It's a sight that you finally want to see if you're a Cougar fan. Moore as the Cougars swinging it around. Long two from Zay, off the mark, no good. The story for CSU, especially in the past couple of weeks, has been how good their defensive pressure has been. Held Albany State to 55 points. Xavier, Louisiana to just 66, and then Tuskegee to 67. They've been preaching the 3 consecutive stop rule, and it's been working for CSU, but tonight it's a little bit of a different story. Not what you wanted to see, especially here inside the Lumpkin Center. These are games that the Cougars have to have before Peach Belt Conference play. We know how tough the PBC can be year in and year out. Jones picked up by Old School, who's checked back into the game for CSU. And Hurd is checked in for the first time for the Wolves. He's their size down low, the 6'8" freshman. There he is, another layup. Hurd gets a touch, Hurd gets a layup. Back up to an 18-point Wolves lead. Right now, West Georgia has just been working right over the ball screens on the offensive side of the ball, and it's been creating so many open looks down low. Either off that ball screen double or the backdoor cut. Cougars got to communicate a little bit better, and they're starting to switch every now and then on defense as well. Here's Jones with it, trying to get around more. And they've got a mismatch down low with Horton on Hurd, or Odom that is. Instead, mid-range jumper, no good, off the mark. Paulding grabs the board. Here comes CSU, up ahead, Moore, no foul, dump down, Zay Horton. Cougars wanting a foul, Coach Moore can't believe it. It'll be Cougar ball, but they are being doubled up right now with 3:54 left in the first half, 32-16.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Nothing working right now for the Cougars, and another miss down low, but they'll maintain possession. 32-16. Wolves shooting just shy of 50% from the field. The Cougars 25%. It's been the Jones and Tate show. Jones averaging 17.5 points a game. Tate with 19 points a game. It's been that way all season long for these two, leading the way for the Wolves. They're doing it yet again tonight. It's a talented bunch. Again, we mentioned in the pregame, don't kind of take this record for the end-all, be-all. This is still a talented Wolves squad, a team that can light up the scoreboard and especially put up threes and shots from distance. And they're proving it tonight. 2-5 record doesn't tell the full story. Gibbons, his first free throws of the night. Gibbons had a career high in free throws in that last game for the Cougars. Part of that win against Tuskegee. He attempted 15 free throws on the night. He was 11 at the charity stripe for the Cougars. And now CSU deploys a full court press and they force a turnover. Have a careless pass there from Ghini, who's checked in, the freshman from Italy. Well, it just starts with one possession at a time if you're CSU. On the inbound, down low to Moore, he lost it out of bounds. Tried to get Ghini to jump on that pump fake. It was a good idea, but even better defense there by Ghini, who had just turned it over. And now he turns it over again on the inbound. Brian Gibbons steals it off the knee of Ghini. Some sloppy play back and forth. Cougars need to take advantage of the turnovers. Need a bucket right here if you're CSU. Gibbons driving on the right side, gets it to go in. His first field goal of the night. And another turnover. That's 3 in a row. Bounce pass, Gibbons, back to Moore for the lay-in. Keep it going if you're the Cougars. They can't get Ghini out of there fast enough, as Coach Dave Moore sent a substitute to the scorer's table. Ghini with 3 consecutive turnovers. Oh, now they're going to call a personal foul on the inbound. Gibbons can't believe it, and that's going to be his 3rd personal foul. A brutal turn of events there for CSU. Ghini heads to the end of the bench. Back-to-back-to-back turnovers, inbounding the ball. Cougars got 4 points off of it, but Anderson's going to head over to the free throw line. Just a 1-on-1 there, but he gets to go down. Arante Anderson, just a 53% free throw shooter, but of course he knocks both down. 3 of 3 at the line tonight. You like to see that energy from the Cougars on the defensive end, hoping that it can spark them offensively as Moore goes off glass. That's back-to-back buckets for Anthony Moore. He's got 6 to go along with 6 boards. Here's Anderson, doubled, and that's a reach-in. Can't reach in there if you're Taylor. I know he's putting his hands in the air, but a reach-in and a foul there. It's going to send the Wolves back to the free throw line. This will be the last 1-on-1 here, that being the 9th team foul. Right back at the line is Anderson. Just made 2 in a row, and he's perfect from the line tonight. Taylor goes out, Preston checks in. No good on that second one, finally misses from the line. If you're the Cougars, you just want to find a way to get this down to maybe about a 7-point deficit heading into the halftime break. Just creep a little bit back into this game, get it under double digits. Robert Davis Jr. is going to launch from distance. They gave him a little bit of space, and he drills one, shooting just 25% from behind the arc this season. Deficit down to 8. That's going to be another turnover. Defense now getting after it for CSU. Turnover number 7 on the night for the Wolves. Get another bucket here. It's Moore. Long 2. Clangs that one no good. Preston fighting for the rebound to the ground. Gives it over to Old School, and the Cougars can reset. Shot clock at 15 right now. Horton up top. It's Moore. This time it's Zay Horton. Bounce pass. Old School, not afraid to fire. Not afraid to make it either. Old School from distance. Couple of threes here for the Cougars. Deficit down to 5. Boy, I said you just want to get it down to a 7-point deficit. Right now, the Cougars already lower than that. 35-30. Down low. Another bucket that rolls in for Tate. Guy's been a monster down low. Zay Horton to the rack. Cougar offense heating up. They've made 6 of their last 7 from the field. Here's Anderson. Double team comes. Jones, you can't give him any space. He misses there, but he's already made 3 threes on the night. Moore, skip pass, old school corner look. Can't get it to go down. That really would have gotten the crowd on their feet. And now he's got to get back defensively. It's Anderson, mid-range. It's a big swing right there, 5-point swing. As Horton couldn't get that three-pointer to go down, and Anderson on the other end gets his first field goal. He's just 1 of 6 from the field. Well, a nice little spurt here for the Cougars. They trail by 7 with 35.5 seconds remaining here in the first half. How about the balanced scoring from CSU? 8 different scorers in the books for the Cougars in this first half. They're shooting just 2 of 12 from behind the arc. And they've gotten some good looks. Givett's had a couple of open looks. Horton's had one as well. Just haven't been able to connect tonight here inside the Lumpkin Center. A 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. So right now, if you're the Cougars, you want to milk this shot clock all the way down and try to finish the first half strong. Chance to get it back down to a 5, maybe a 4-point deficit. Chris Horton with it, bounces it down low. Hunter Preston, double team comes. He fights around it and gets it to go off glass. Easy layup there for Preston. He's got 4. 39-34. One stop here if you're CSU. They turn it over. Oh, they say a kick ball. That looked like Preston just reached his arm out there. Coach Moore can't believe it. He's looking at the referee, wondering how he's calling that a kick ball. That one looked close. It's about to be another turnover. 9.3 left. They're trying to inbound it to Tate. They do, and he gets another layup. Here's Old School racing up ahead to Anthony Moore. Down to 2, down to 1. A reverse layup. Almost got a magical play to go down there at the horn. Well, there's that 7-point deficit we talked about, 41-34. Cougars struggled mightily from the field in that first half, but to be honest, a good finish in the first 20 gets them back into this game after they once trailed by 18. They finished the first half there on a big run after trailing 32-14. They exploded there to end the first half, holding West Georgia to just 2 points in the last 4.5 minutes. That'll take us to the halftime break here on Cougar Sports TV. Stick around, folks. We'll be back. Second half action coming up. Cougars trail by 7.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% will go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook,
Yes.
you have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe. So you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
get in the way, and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us.
To intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook?
Yes.
You have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
As a student athlete in college,
Welcome back inside the Lumpkin Center. 41-34, Cougars trailing by 7, heading into the second half. West Georgia shooting 50% from the field, hit 3 triples, all from Kadeem Jones, who opened up the game 3 for 3 from distance. The Cougars slowly started to crawl their way back into this game. In fact, they were down 32-14 with 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Down by 18 points, but they cut it all the way back down to 7 thanks to a 20-9 run to close out the first half. So they trail by 7, much more manageable for CSU, but what they have to really manage is the guy with the ball and his foul trouble. BG with 3 personal fouls in that first half, and he's got to be careful for this final 20. Driving all the way in, and a charge will be called on Jones. Jones lit up the scoreboard alongside Tate. Jones with 11 points, 3 triples. How about Covey Tate? Can't say enough about him. By the way, he started the season already shooting 61% from the field. He's 7 of 8 tonight, and he's just been living inside the paint. Layup after layup after layup for Tate down low. 15 points and 4 boards in that first half for Tate. Those are the 2 leading scorers on the season and the 2 leading scorers for the Wolves tonight. Meanwhile, for CSU, they got contribution from 8 different players. 7 the most for Zay Horton, with Anthony Moore having 6 himself. BG over to Horton. Horton with it. Picked up by Zabatakis. Haven't heard much from Zabatakis tonight. Pauldine had that one poked away. Will stay with CSU, down to 10 on the shot clock. BG with it. He's got to go to work. Down to 6. Givens, nowhere to go. Trying to force one up. Off glass. Didn't even hit the rim there, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Not the possession that you wanted to see from the Cougars. Zabatakis with it. Scoreless on the night. A missed jumper there by Anderson. He struggled from the field, the one Wolf that really has struggled. Nice pass down low to Taylor, who floats in for the layup. Cougars got to get back defensively. West Georgia wants to push it. Anderson picked up by Moore. That's a matchup right there. A lot of size that Anderson is giving up. Zabatakis is going to launch from distance. Of course, I say he's been quiet all night. Hasn't had a field goal, and he launches a three-pointer that goes in. 4th three-point make tonight for UWG. Lead up to 8, 44-36. Horton driving, had it poked away. Jones comes up with the ball, but he'll also come up with a personal foul. No one in foul trouble, though, right now for West Georgia. Again, the only one in foul trouble for the Cougars, Bryant Givens. And a little bit of a struggle here for one of the best players in the Peach Belt Conference in Givens. Just 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from behind the arc, and 3 personal fouls. Here he is coming off a screen. He's going to launch from distance. Still can't get one to go down, but Horton, right place, right time, gets the offensive rebound, and the Cougars can reset. Again, shot clock only resets to 20 with the new rules here inside the NCAA this season. A nice layup down low as Givens gets the field goal, just his 2nd field goal of the night. I like that new rule on the shot clock. Tate finally misses one down low, an easy one, but he gets his own putback. Cougars finally get Tate to miss, but he puts it right back in. He's got 17. Just 2 shy of his season average. He's having himself a night. Down low they go to Moore. Pump fake, puts it up, draws the foul, and that was a hard foul right there. As it was Brown Carter who takes the elbow and slowly gets up. Anthony Moore will have 2 free throws here for the Cougars. Moore just a 60% free throw shooter on the year. His first one of the night. After that foul, Brown Carter going to take a seat. He picks up his 3rd personal foul. He hasn't been able to get into any rhythm, averaging 13 points a game tonight. He has just 2 so far. Moore gets the 2nd one to go down, 46-39. Cougars trailing by 7. And now they're employing their 1-3-1 defense. So they're stretching all the way out. It's going to leave those corners open, but mishandle there by Neal turns it over. They work quite often on their zone defense in practice, flying to the corners and flying to the outside when that swing pass is happening. Here's Moore, another long 2. Back rims that one no good. Moore just 3 of 10 from the field. Anderson with it. Givens having to do work down low on Tate. That's a mismatch and one that you want to take advantage of if you're Coach Dave Moore, and that's what they're trying to do. There's Tate rolling to the basket, but he lost the ball as it couldn't get to him. Turnover there by Anderson. Bounce pass, Givens. Taylor, count it, and the foul. Tate, a chance to complete a three-point play. Zabatakis is going to pick up the foul. And Taylor has a chance to complete the three-point play. Had one earlier tonight, missed the free throw. Let's see if he can get this one to go down. 75% free throw shooter this season. In and out again, can't get it to go down. Swing pass, bobble there. They try to feed Tate down low, and the mismatch with Givens. Givens fighting for that ball, gets to it, tries to call timeout. What does the referee give him? Jump ball instead. It'll stick with the Wolves. So the Wolves will inbound it. .06 left here in this one as Columbus State still hasn't been able to get it within 5. That's the closest that they've gotten since going down by 18. Here's Anderson. Jones can't handle it, will drive instead. Great defense there by Paulding, put his hand straight up and forced a miss down low. Givens, bounce pass, Zay Horton. Back up top, can BG drill a three? No good, off the mark. The offensive board and the putback by Cam Paulding. Paulding cleaning up the glass there for the Cougars. Finally, they get it down to a one-possession game. That's going to take us to a timeout on the court. 15:28 left. 46-43. Cougars trail by 2.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activity.
Back inside the Lumpkin Center, Cougars trailing by just 3. They've slowly crawled their way back into this one. Almost forcing a turnover there. What do they give? And they're going to give a timeout. So Givens gets the timeout there for the Cougars. Defense has started to step it up to another level. 11 turnovers on the night now for West Georgia. So 15:23 left here inside the Lumpkin Center. This was once an 18-point West Georgia lead, 32-14 at the 4:30 mark in the first half. Since then, it's been all CSU. They finished the first half on a 20-9 run, and so far in the second half, they've outscored West Georgia 9-5. They've got a chance to tie this game here on this next possession. 7 points apiece for Horton and Moore. They lead the way for CSU, 6 apiece for Givens and Taylor. Meanwhile, on the flip side, as we've seen all night, it's been the Tate and Jones show as they've dominated their way past the Cougars so far, both in double figures for the Wolves. Well, the Cougars, they're going to be back in action this upcoming weekend. Make sure you head on over to the Lumpkin Center as they'll take on Albany State on Saturday, December 7th. It's an early tip. Love it. A little 12 o'clock noon action happening for the Cougars on Saturday afternoon. Make sure you head on back here to the Lumpkin Center for that one. Cougars will look to sweep the series against Albany State. They already took that opening game against them 67-55. That was on the road. That was one of those grind-out games for CSU. As Moore drives, puts up a tough shot, can't get it to go. A lot of contact down low. Up ahead, it's Jones. Up top to Anderson. Down low, it's been all Tate. He loses the handle, and it's taken away by the Cougars. Good defense that time around. The double team was right there for CSU. Givens left alone, crossover, kick out. Tate way off the mark. Cougars cannot hit a three for their lives. Just 2 of 15 now from distance. So they had a chance to tie. Instead, back to a 5-point West Georgia lead. Down low, BG. He's trying to get himself going in this one. The Wolves are racing back down the court, and it's an open look for Jones. CSU's got to get back defensively. BG makes the bucket. Jones makes a three. His 4th three-pointer tonight. He's got 14. He's just been making it rain from distance. This is a guy that shoots it at a 32% clip from behind the arc so far this season. They've got some shooters. We know that Jones can drill them from deep, as can Anderson. Brown Carter is also a 30+% three-point shooter. Zavatakis launches it from distance. A lot of shooters on this roster for the Wolves this season. Givens over to Taylor. Pump fake, step back, 18-footer. Down the hatch it goes for Taylor. Taylor's got 8 points tonight on 4 of 8 shooting. Back to that zone defense here for CSU. Down low, again to Tate. He's fouled from behind. Trying to throw that one down with one hand, and Paulding came from behind and picked up the foul. Just his 2nd personal. You'd rather that than to see Tate get another layup down low. Tate, 66% free throw shooter. In and out, no good on that first attempt. Second one off the mark and no good as well. So the Cougars do well on that possession. Not giving up the easy dunk, and it's 2 missed free throws there by Tate. Cougars got to work this ball around and get it down low. Here's Givens up top. The screen from Paulding. Paulding goes to the rim. They missed him, and a little bit late on that dump down as Anderson came over just in time. (51-47). 13:07 left. The inbound to Paulding, who flushes it for CSU. Rising up and throwing it down for the Cougars. They didn't miss them the second time around. Anderson drives, double team comes. Over to Odom, back to Anderson, picked up by Givens. Can't handle it. Jones, another three, this time no good. Two Cougars corral the rebound. Paulding comes up with it. Givens up ahead to Zay Horton. Horton driving in between two defenders and gets it to go off glass. Zay Horton with 9. Cougars have tied this one up. A long time coming, and they finally get back into it. Now can they grab the lead? A lead that they haven't had all game. It's been West Georgia all night long. Oh, great defense there by Horton, picking up a block down low. Odom thought he had a lay-in. Here's Zay Horton with the lay-in of his own. Cougars in front. 53-51, timeout Dave Moore.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
From down 18 to their first lead of the night, 53-51, Cougars in front. And they pick up the full court press yet again. Up ahead goes West Georgia. Jones all the way in, missed the layup. Great defense there by Paulding, but it's ripped back away. Paulding there again for CSU, but the and one from Hurd down low. Paulding can't believe it. West Georgia battling hard down there on the glass. Seventh offensive rebound of the night, and Hurd is the one who will head to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. West Georgia back in front by 1. Buckle up here for the final 11:45 and counting in this one. Givens crossover right to left over to Old School. Can't get the three to go. Horton, the putback. Horton creeping his way closer towards a double-double. He's got 13 and 8. Another turnover. Here comes Givens racing up ahead to the rack. Foul called as Neal was coming in for the block. It's going to be on Zabatakis. And Givens will head to the free throw line for CSU. That's going to be the 4th personal foul now on Zabatakis. He's going to head back to the bench. Givens, perfect 3 of 3 at the line tonight. This is the first time that these two teams have met since 2016. First time in the last 3 years. How about what happened in that game? It was another thriller. Back in 2016 with Ja'Cory Payne, the all-conference player for the Cougars, one of the best to don a Cougar jersey. Ja'Cory Payne hit the game-winning layup with under 3 seconds left in that game to give the Cougars an 86-84 win. A wild one there. Off the mark, no good. Jones, Paulding can't corral the rebound, and another foul on CSU. Taylor's the one that picks up the foul, his third. Just the team's third personal team foul, though, which is great news for CSU. They put West Georgia in the bonus early in the first half. Right now, they're the ones that are in the bonus for the rest of the half, so they are going to be living with 11 minutes and 8 seconds in the bonus, which means they've got to be extremely aggressive and find an opportunity to take advantage of that. One more free throw to come here for Odom. It's 3 of 4 at the line tonight. Not a great free throw shooter at all this season. Make it 4 of 5. He was shooting just 36% from the line coming into this one. Horton, bounce pass down low to the other Horton. Chris Horton lays it in for 2. How about the pump fake? Cougars up 3, 59-56. Kobe Tate with it. And Cam Paulding gets in there and forces a jump ball. Possession arrow points to the Cougars. Another forced turnover there by CSU. 14 turnovers now on the night for West Georgia. And this is the Cougar defense that we saw in the past couple of weeks. They've been forcing just shy of 20 turnovers per game. Back at it here tonight. Down low, it's Taylor, off glass, can't get it to go. West Georgia's offense has been all out of sync here in this second half. Anderson's just going to launch a 3 and calmly hits it. That's only his first three-point make tonight. He was 0 for 4. Wasn't shooting like he was 0 for 4 on that one. Confidence to take that shot without having made one all night. Down low, another layup for Zay Horton. He's feeling it. 15 now on the night, approaching his season average. We're going bucket for bucket up and down the court here inside the Lumpkin Center. Anderson to the corner. Odom, not known for his three-point shooting, instead drives the lane. Wild attempt, no good. Ball bouncing around, and Horton comes up with it. Spins past one defender. Up ahead, he tries to feed Paulding, and it's knocked away, but Old School corrals it for CSU. And Coach Moore calls out a play and says slow things down. Driving, it's Anthony Moore. Floater, off the mark, back rims. Just 3 of 12 from the field now is Moore. Well, both defenders left Jones, and he makes him pay. There's one guard that you got to stick on if you're the Cougars. It's Jones, and gets another open bucket. He's got 16 tonight. Horton bypasses the screen. Instead, drives it himself. They're going to whistle the foul. They're going to say it's a foul on the floor, though. Oh, now they're going to change it. Foul in the act of shooting, so 2 free throws upcoming here for Horton. Chris Horton will check out, by the way, as BG comes back in. Horton gets the first one to go down, an 86% free throw shooter this year. 16 points and 9 rebounds. He's 1 rebound shy from a double-double. He had 12 double-doubles last year. It was a double-double machine for CSU. By the way, he has yet to record a double-double this year. In fact, he's only has been averaging about 5 rebounds in his last 3. Another turnover up ahead. Taylor splits the defender and goes in for the lay-in. Steps right around Jones. Cougars up 4. Another deflection. Goes to Brown Carter, skip pass. Anderson, he's gonna launch from the O on Columbus and drills another one. Back-to-back threes for Anderson. Anderson right at his season average of 13 points a game. He's made 3+ three-pointers 3 times this season. Horton responds, just a 2-pointer there. Here's Anderson, the hot hand. You got to step out on him if you're CSU. Into the corner, pump fake. Brown Carter steps inside and drills the 2-pointer. We really are going back and forth here. Both of these teams, 3 for their last 4 from the field. Down low, it's Paulding. Double team comes, kick out. Tate, corner look. No good off the mark. Zay Horton got a hand on that one, and Taylor corrals it. Here's Givens up top, picked up by Anderson. Oh, what a crossover. Right past Anderson, but he meets Tate, who says, get that ball out of here. And here comes West Georgia. Anderson, step back. Can't make his third 3. Cougars catch a break. BG over to Moore. They swing it all the way around. BG for 3. Givens finally gets one to go down the hatch. His first make from distance tonight. (70-66). Cougars up 4. Approaching the 6-minute mark in this one. Foul is going to be whistled there on Horton. But again, they've got fouls to play with here if you're the Cougars. 5:57 left. It'll take us to our media timeout. 70-66. Cougars up 4.
Choosing the right college can be a challenge. Does it offer degrees suited to your career goals? Are emerging fields of study more your interest, like cybersecurity, gaming, or environmental science? What about extracurricular activities, such as campus life, study abroad, or honors? Are scholarships and financial assistance available? Columbus State University has always been one of the most affordable colleges in Georgia. Now it's also one of the fastest growing. When you ask the right questions, you'll find out why CSU should be.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También
5:57 left here in this one. The Cougars, once down 18, have crawled all the way back and have taken the lead here inside the Lumpkin Center. They're up by 4, 70-66. They're 3-2 on the season. West Georgia 2-5. Cougars are looking to pick up another win here inside the Lumpkin Center. Zavatakis with the ball right now. He's checked back in. He's got 4 personal fouls. And he's trapped all the way back out at midcourt. Wolves in disarray in this possession. They're down to 5 on the shot clock. They force one up, and the Cougars bail him out, fouling Jones. Not a foul that you wanted to see there if you're the Cougars. The 5th team foul for CSU. Free throws are good, 70-68. Kadeem Jones up to 18 points. He now leads the way. He surpassed Tate, who's got 17. Givens over to Devin Porter-Wilson, who's checked in for CSU. Goes strong to the rack, can't get it to go down. And they're going to whistle another foul, a loose ball foul, and that's going to be the last foul that the Cougars can give. So West Georgia is now going to be in the bonus for the final 5:22. Fourth personal foul on Paulding. And a silly reach in there, 90 feet from the basket. Hunter Preston's going to check in for Paulding. We'll see how long Paulding sits for. He's got 7 points and 6 boards. A couple of big defensive stops as well with 3 steals and a block. BG poking that one away. What a steal. Reached into the cookie jar and throws it home. Gives a little flex to the sideline as he backs up. Givens with 15 tonight. Just picked the pocket of the freshman Wiley. Behind the back goes Brown Carter. Friendly bounce there. Here's Givens driving again. Oh, it looked like he's going to be called for a travel. Ball got caught on his hip. Here's Jones driving to the rack, floats, hangs, and he'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line. Both teams with 7 fouls apiece. Jones, a 73% free throw shooter. Gets that one to roll on. 19 points now to go along with 4 rebounds. He's scored 20 or more points in 4 of his 5 games this season already. 1 free throw make away from reaching the 20-point mark yet again. So there it is, 5 times already this season that he's eclipsed the 20-point mark. (72-72), knotted up late here inside the Lumpkin Center. Here's Horton with it. 12 on the shot clock. Screen from Taylor. Horton's going to bypass it, drive it himself, force one up, no good. The putback jam! Anthony Moore climbs the imaginary ladder and throws it home. Cougars up 2. And Zay Horton came down awkward on his ankle. The timeout is called, and he's going to head to the bench, and he exits himself out to see the trainer. 74-72, under 4 here to go inside the Lumpkin Center.
A smile is the best thing you can wear. At Cook Dental Care, we have a smile for you. We believe in creating a dental experience for each patient that demonstrates kindness, professionalism, and knowledgeable service.
También tenemos un equipo bilingüe listo para ayudarle y cuidarle.
Insurance, financing, walk-ins, and new patients are always welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
How you doing today?
For your family's dental care, visit us at cookdentalcare.com or call 706-689-2905. Again, that number is 706-689-2905. I am Dr. Kathy Cook, and I'm the official dentist of CSU Athletics. At Cook Dental Care, we provide dental dentistry for the entire family.
Dr. Cook?
Yes.
You have a patient in room 3.
Okay, thank you.
Couple of dunks for the Cougars, one by Bryant Givens, another by Anthony Moore. 74-72. Cougars on top by 2. Final media timeout. So here we go, 3:59 remaining in this one. So it's coming down to the wire just like the last time these two teams met back in 2016. Here's Anderson up top. Zabatakis is going to drive all the way in for a layup. Got right around the defense there. He has just 5 points tonight for the Wolves. Anthony Moore, crossover left to right, off glass too hard, but crashing the glass there was Preston, trying to go back up. He does and gets it to go. Hunter Preston doing some work down low for the Cougars. He's got 6 tonight. Came in averaging just 1 point a game. The drive got caught in the air with Zabatekis, but Tate bails him out, can't get it. And here come the Cougars. Little wild there on offense. Tate missing one down low, 8 of 11 from the field now. Horton, distance, no good. Maybe not the best shot there, I think, if you're CSU. There's the bounce pass all the way to Tate. Goes in for the layup. Doesn't miss that time around. Hasn't missed very often tonight. He's got 19 to go along with 9 boards, and we're tied once again. Here's BG driving to the rack, hanging, floating. That's a goaltend right there. Little late coming over there was Tate. Tipped it on its way down. Givens will be credited with the bucket. (78-76). Cougs up 2. Anderson trying to shake his way past Givens. That was a bad pass by Anderson. I know it's going to go off of Zabatakis, but a low pass there, rifled right to his feet. It's going to be turnover number 17 of the night. 2:07 left. We'll take a quick break here on Cougar Sports TV.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today. Don't you worry, my
Here we go, Brian Givens bringing it up the court for the Cougars. 2 minutes to go, 78-76, CSU in front. They have a 9-point advantage here in the second half. They've shot the ball at a 54% clip here. Much better than that first half where they struggled mightily from the field. And it goes to Taylor, over to Givens. Givens off a screen. He's going to launch from distance. Brian Givens. A big-time bucket there. As the 3-ball goes down the hatch, 81-76. Cougs their largest lead of the night. Into the corner, trying to respond. Off the mark, no good is Brown Carter. And the Cougars get the rebound. Here's Givens. Up ahead he goes to Moore. They got to milk some clock here if you're CSU. Wisely done there by Moore. As Coach Moore is yelling at BG to hold that ball and milk that clock. Almost gets it poked away from him by Anderson, who's all over him. Driving, floating, no good off the glass. Ripped back away by Anthony Moore. Oh, he can't finish down low. And West Georgia comes away with it. Down to 1 minute on the clock, and a turnover there. Taken away by Paulding, and he's fouled. A little bumping and shoving there between Paulding and Tate. Paulding clapping as he's walking his way down to the free throw line. And he's urging this crowd to get on their feet and into it. Look at everyone getting after it on that one as Tate picks up the foul. And Zay Horton will be the one at the free throw line. This is a big free throw because it's just a 1-and-1. It should be Cam Paulding at the free throw line. I'm not sure how Zay Horton made his way over to the line as he tried to trick him. Cam Paulding clearly the one that stole it and the one that was fouled. One-on-one here. Big free throw upcoming for Paulding. What a clutch make there by the senior. Cam Paulding, just a 37% free throw shooter this season, gets the first to go down. Coach Moore is signaling that he wants a timeout if this one goes in for Paulding. No good on that second one, and it's knocked away there, but the Wolves have it. Here comes Anderson. Anderson into the front court, picked up by Moore. Gets a screen from Tate. Zavatakis was open, couldn't hit him in time. Instead, he drives, kick out, corner look. It's Jones for three, off the mark, no good. Two bump into each other, and Givens comes away with it. Up ahead he goes. Zay Horton, the lay-in. Cougars have their largest lead of the night at 8, and they're trying to run away with this one. Horton can't believe he wasn't fouled. Instead, a silly foul picked up by CSU. It's going to send West Georgia to the free throw line. Oh, this escalated quickly. It was 76 to 76. 76 to 76 with 2 minutes left in this one. And an 8-0 run here by the Cougars. Finally, a point there for West Georgia on the free throw from Jones. Second one up and in. So Coach Dave Moore will take a timeout. What a game here inside the Lumpkin Center. 32-14 was the lead for West Georgia late in the first half. Cougars ended the first half strong, went on a little 20-9 run in the final 4.5 minutes. And right now they've outscored West Georgia by 13 here in the second half. Zay Horton, 21-10, his first double-double of the season. Bryant Givens with 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. How about some love for Cam Paulding? 8 points, 7 boards, and 4 steals. And he came up with that big steal that led to free throws for the Cougars. And they've got a 6-point advantage. They got to finish strong here. A lot of time still on the clock, 31.9 left. And keep in mind, the Cougars, they're only going to be in these 1-and-1 opportunities at the free throw line. Referee's looking at the clock to make sure everything is set right. Anthony Moore in there alongside Chris Horton, Bryant Givens, Stanley Taylor, and Robert Davis Jr. So Robert Davis Jr. has checked in. Again, Zay Horton has gone out. Was limping around. He's out right now for the Cougars. One of their best free throw shooters on the team. They brought Robert Davis Jr. in. Hasn't hit a free throw this year so far. Right now, if you're the Cougars, you want to get the ball into the hands of number 3. Instead, they do the home run ball. We saw it happen in the last game against Tuskegee, and the Cougars go right back to it tonight. Taylor will be at the line for 2 free throws, a 75% free throw shooter. That happened twice against Tuskegee. On the launch down the court, both times it was Anthony Moore. He said, yeah, I'm a little bit of a Tom Brady fan. No good, though, on that free throw. It keeps the hopes alive here for West Georgia. Down by just 6, they need a 3 ball. Here's one from Anderson, front rims it. Moore climbs high to grab the rebound. That was the shot right there if you're West Georgia. Anthony Moore will head to the line. They're finally into the double bonus, so 2 free throws here for Moore. Moore, a 60% free throw shooter this season, 1 of 2 at the line tonight. And he misses the first one. Cougars have had some misses here at the free throw line. No good again. Again, the door open here for the Wolves. Corner 3, no good. Another miss for West Georgia. They're fighting for the rebound. Brown Carter gets it back, launches again, and hits it. Lead down to 3, 84-81. Got to get this inbounded. And they do to Robert Davis Jr., and so the Cougars will head back to the free throw line. So it's going to fall onto the shoulders of Robert Davis Jr., the junior from Clinton, Mississippi. Has yet to make a free throw this season. Hasn't attempted one tonight. And here he is at the line. Needs at least 1. Makes it look easy there. Nothing but net. That's what the Cougars needed. At least a 4-point advantage. And now you just drop the defense back and don't reach in. Second free throw, good as well. 2 big-time free throws here for CSU. You just don't want to foul. You put your hands up. Forcing a 3 up, no good. Rebound by Moore. And the whistle is going to sound. The buzzer is going to sound. This one is over. Cougars with the comeback win here in the Lumpkin Center. 86-81. What a game here inside the Lumpkin Center. And what a comeback for CSU. Down 32-14, didn't fret. 1 possession at a time. They fought their way back into this one. And they come away with the thrilling win to improve to 4-2 on the year. 20 points for Brian Gibbons, 21 for Zay Horton. He had a double-double, 21 and 10. Anthony Moore with 9 and 11. Cam Paulding with 8 and 7. Taylor, the other one in double figures, he finished the night with 10. They overcame that slow start, and they fought their way to a win. Well, make sure you check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/CSU Cougars. We'll have all the post-game reaction and presser up there for y'all. We'll have some interviews and some highlights on there, as well as our Twitter accounts at CSU Cougars MBB. That's going to wrap things up for us here at the Lumpkin Center. For all of our cameramen, our producer, our statistician, for everyone here inside the Lumpkin Center, I'm Corey Aldous. Your final score, 86-81. Join us Saturday afternoon, Cougar ball against Tuskegee.